Hey guys at osvdxreviews.com. This is our video review of the Spynet Spy video camera watch, which is basically a set of spy accessory toys that people can buy. It's for kids and teenagers alike, and it's a pretty cool concept. It actually includes a full working VGA style camera in addition to an LCD display on a typical watch. It also has multifunction smart features on this device. It allows you to activate different missions with online connections, and it has a built-in speaker, a built-in microphone, and again, with that display, you can do a lot of applications and a lot of game playback. So it also is an MP4 player, a MP3 music player, and a apps player. The device itself will cost you around $60 online, so it's not extremely cheap. In addition, the device actually looks very large out of the box. You're not going to be fooling anyone that this is just a normal watch. The most disappointing thing about this watch is just because it wants to have this spy factor in it, a lot of the components are actually just for decoration. They don't do anything. For example, this left piece that looks kind of cool is actually entirely hollow and made out of plastic and just adds to the bulk of the device, which actually weighs you down, especially since this is something made for children, and makes it less really spy, if I may say. The device runs on a chargeable lithium-ion battery, which you have to use a standard mini USB cable to charge. It's tiny, and it comes in the box, and that's pretty much it. Now, let's activate the screen and see what happens. The display is 1.4 inches, it's fairly bright and vibrant, and you can definitely read it in direct sunlight. All the controls and navigation are used with these up and down arrow keys for menu integration, as well as these on, off, and these two hotkeys. You also have 4 different keys on the bottom here to navigate to different menu systems and activate different functions of the watch. On the right hand side, you have access to that charging and syncing port and a reset hole, and on the back is just your battery, which is built in and not user removable. So taking a look, it displays your clock in this very cool view directly, so you can also change the color of the clock if you want to do that. For example, you can check date by pressing this button, and pressing more allows you to go through the different settings like time zone, stopwatch, which you can select, and start, reset, fairly simple features. Let's try going home and reset that. Go back. And with the more feature, you can also have a basic timer and a watch display, which again, you can time style, date style. If I want to do date style, I can do from 12 to 24 hours. And I can also change the different settings through the settings key down below here. And I go down to clock settings. I can set watch, choose color. We can go through yellow. I can go through blue, red, and white. So if we were to do red, I can set that to red. And now when I go home, the clock face will change to red. This is all pretty intuitive and pretty easy to use. On the top of the display, you also have access to a tiny battery indicator to say how much battery you have. This brings us to the most disappointing part of this watch, which is its battery life. The display is crisp and bright, but it definitely drains up a lot of battery power. The battery life on a full charge will only last you less than a day, and so constant charging is needed out of the box. This is disappointing, especially for a watch and a children's toy, especially since it always spends a lot of time in sleep mode anyways. It still uses up a lot of power for some reason. So this is a bug that should be worked out in the near future and will make the product better. So other features include pressing the video camera button will activate the video camera. The camera itself is located on the top of the device, and you can choose between shooting video, shooting pictures, watching them back, watching your movies back, your pictures back. You can record audio or MP3 files, and that's pretty much it. Now, shooting videos allows you to record things in a normal mode, where the screen acts as a viewfinder for your videos. For example, if I put my hand here, you can see my hand. Or I can go back and actually choose the spy record mode, which actually goes back to the main menu. And when I'm recording, instead of flashing white, these 2 dots will flash red. That means I'm recording video secretly right now. And when I press stop, it will stop the video. Going backwards, I can then play back my video, and you will see that the video has indeed recorded along with the audio with it. So there's my hand that you just saw there. And it works very well, it's very stealthy, and it's a cool feature of this device. You can also delete the video directly from here. So the speaker is pretty loud. Again, the speaker is down here. It's a mono speaker, it's not stereo. And the microphone does a pretty good job at picking up sound, although it's not that great for spying because the range is kind of limited. You can't really you can't really go for a very long distance. Same thing with audio. You can record quick audio stuff, and that's pretty much it. This is the multifunction key on the down here. The second key is a multifunction. Pressing that key will activate the menu of Secrets Mode, Missions Mode, Games Mode, and Spy Apps. These are basically your list of apps you can download directly from the Spynet website, and they allow you to edit and place in new missions for you to play around with your watch. They are really, really cool, and that's probably the best feature of this device. So make sure you have internet connection if you're planning on using this watch properly, because it allows you to download missions where you have to capture certain things on camera, upload them to your computer, and then the software will automatically know if you're doing things right or not. It's a very cool concept, and that's a part that can be very intuitive for this product. There's also a games mode, which means you can play a few basic games on this watch. These are also downloadable on the website, so you can download more games into this device. It has expandable memory, so that's pretty cool. There's 2 games built right on in, though, if you don't download anything more. There's Spynet Defense, which is basically this little game where you have left and right controls for the spinning gun, and these tanks basically fall down and you try to shoot them down by going left and right and shooting these lasers, and if you fail to do that, you will die. For example, there, I lost a life, and I just died, so it's game over. So I can go back home if I don't want to do that anymore. The second game you'll have access to is going to be Spynet Combat, and this game allows you to, again, fight this other player by pressing the keys. There's 4 keys here. One's going to show up here, one dot's here, one dot's here, and one dot's here. And when those lights light up, you have to press the corresponding buttons before the light goes away, or else you will get hit by the person and you will lose the game. Really simple, pretty easy navigation options. They're pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. For spy apps, though, you do have a few extras, like a lie detector. Now, this is probably a really the coolest feature of this device, because it's really interesting. You basically record a voice that you say is truthful. For example, this is the truth. And now it's ready for testing. So if I go, this is the truth, it's going to say 86% truthful. It's going to actually measure the tone of your voice and how high the pitch is and determine if you're lying or not. It's actually fairly accurate as well. Like if I'm going higher, which means I'm kind of lying and kind of nervous and I hesitate a lot, the percentage of my chance of being truthful is going to drop dramatically up to the 50s and 40s. This is a really accurate feature, and we were quite surprised with this feature and how well it worked on this watch. So again, menu navigation is also very speedy. There's no lag onto this product, which is also a good thing. There's also a bug detector, which is a little bit more gimmicky. The voice manipulator is a pretty fun feature. So if you want to have a video on here, audio that we recorded, you can slow it down and speed it up. Pressing slow will make the load. So it's going to go really low, but I can go really fast, so let's go higher. So as you can see, my voice got higher, it can go lower. It's just something fun to play around with in general. The other button here is going to be just your clock view. It brings you back to the main menu, and you can do all your navigation there. The last button is just the settings, which allows you to adjust the clock, the volume, the time, the memory setting, and the memory restore to set it back to the factory settings. And that's pretty much it for this basic watch. The basic gist of this product, it's not a basic watch. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of games and apps and cool stuff that children will really enjoy, especially with that camera and the voice manipulator. If I have to say, though, the menu navigation can get a little complex with its deeper and deeper integration of menu systems. However, overall, this is a great product for people who enjoy technology and want to have something that's spy-like to play around with while having a clock be its disguise. So if that's what you're looking for, this device will definitely fit the bill. Thanks for watching here at osvtxreviews.com. This is a Spynet Spy Video Watch by iClops Technologies.